You know this problem. You go to install a shelf, a TV mount, or even just a picture frame, and boom, your drywall anchor strips out, leaving you with a useless, oversized hole. Now what? Your anchor won't grip, your wall looks damaged, and your project ruined. But hold on. Before you grab spackle or drywall compound and make a bigger mess, let's test 2 of the so-called miracle fixes that claim to restore the strength of your drywall anchor. So will they actually work, or will they just fail like the original anchor? Well, let's find out. We're going to put them to the test with real weights, so stick with us. There have been literally millions of these easy anchor screw type drywall anchors that have been sold just in the US alone, and I love them. I use them a lot. But what happens when they fail? Now, before we talk about fixes, let's talk about prevention. When installing easy anchors, there are 2 things that cause these to be stripped out. One, obviously, is too much weight on them and it pulling out from the wall. The second thing happens actually before the weight is ever put on there, and it's over tightening. When you install an easy anchor into your drywall, so many people, and including myself, have done this. You're using either a screw gun, or even if you're using a regular handheld screwdriver, and you get it all the way flush up to the drywall, and then you crank it either half or try maybe 3/4 or a full turn more, and it just spins on you. At that point, you have ruined the integrity or the strength of what these were made for, and they will no longer hold even half of what they're claimed to hold. So the number 1 rule is don't over tighten it. But what if it's already too late and you have over tightened it, or you have overloaded it and it's pulled out? Now the quickest fix, if you have it, is just simply putting in a larger drywall anchor. I'm talking about these right here are rated for 50 pounds. If this one strips out, you can always install this one, which is rated for 75 pounds, and you can see the difference in size of them. So if this hole is stripped out, this larger one will go ahead and make new grooves inside the drywall that's left, as long as it's not broken, and it will work. Already done. That's all you need. But if you don't have a bigger anchor, or you can't get one, we need a real fix. So let's test 2 popular drywall anchor repair solutions and see if they actually work. So the first solution we're going to use is called the wall plug mate. So the 2 requirements I was looking for was, number 1, it has to be done quickly. I don't want something that has to wait 24 hours overnight, and also less mess. I wanted something that doesn't require a lot of mess or a lot of smell. So this one claims to be done and ready to work in 3 minutes. We're going to test it for a little bit longer than that, just to give it the benefit of a doubt and see, does it hold up to the claim it says it does. Now, I've seen these on some other tests and they really bragged them up and thought they were so good. Let's see if they really are. So for our second test, we're going to be testing on this product called BullFix. Our original was rated for 50 pounds. This is rated for just under 300 pounds. So I know that may be an unfair comparison between these 2, but like I said again, I'm looking for something that's quick, fast, to get it done, and I'm not going to have a callback because it didn't hold up. The nice thing about this one, there's no waiting time, no drying. It's instantly ready to hold the weight. Okay, so we're going to take the board and put our hole in, and we're going to center it over the hole that we have in the wall. Hold it against here tight, then take our drill. It's that simple. See how it makes a nice hole there? If we didn't use our guide hole, it's very hard to hold this steady, and here's what happens to the hole. So this shows the difference. Why you want to use a guide and get a nice hole, or try to do it freehand and it just ruins your board. Now you've got a big mess to take care of. Okay, so step 2, we take the collar, put the collar inside here, and we're going to push it and tap it just a little bit with the hammer. And once you have that inside, then we're going to take the fixing, what they call, and you want to turn it to where you have this X shape. Then you take that X shape, you line it up with it here, and it'll catch on each side, and you just push it. And just tap it gently till it's flush. Then all we have to do is take our screw that they supply us with, put it inside, and we're going to keep it out a little bit so we can do our test for the weight. And that's it, you're done. Okay, so our next test on the wall plug mate, with all these raggedy edges, what I try to do is try to get any of the loose areas out there so it can adhere to solid drywall and not just loose pieces of drywall. So what I'm doing, this is what the patches look like for the wall plug mate, and you're supposed to wrap it around the screw. Well, I can see it comes very short from the part that's going to be in the drywall. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and just cut off this back part since it's no longer going to be needed. This is what's going to be holding it, and I'll go ahead and wrap it so it give it a fair chance to get around the threads. Now it says to put this underwater for 1 second and then go ahead and wrap it around the screw. If it's not thick enough, you can always put 2 of them on there. So we'll try one first of all. Here's our water. It's room temperature. There's 1 second. Okay, it's got a snug fit, so I'm just going to keep that like that. And we'll let that sit. It says 3 minutes. I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt. I'll give it, let's say, 15 minutes and see if that'll work. Okay, so now the moment of truth. Here comes the fun part. This is the original Easy Anchor. They're rated at holding 50 pounds. So we're going to just see how one in good drywall without being stripped out with their screw, let's see how it holds. I'm just going to start right out with the 50 pounds. Okay, here we go. Okay, 50 pounds. Let's try 15 pounds more. This will make it 65. 65, holding good. Let's try 70. Another 10 pounds, 75. I hear a little creaking. 75 pounds, rated for 50 pounds. Should we try 10 more? Let's try 10 more. This will make it 85 pounds. 85 pounds. It is creaking though. But so far, the creaking stopped. 85 pounds. I think that's a fair test. Let's try one more. $50 plus 30, 80 pounds. Let's make it 90 pounds. $90 pounds is holding. Should we try to make it 100? Let's try 100. £100. I wouldn't hold there for too long, but it did hold 100 pounds. Okay, that passed that test. 100 pounds on just the normal with good drywall. Okay, so this is the wall plug mate, and it sticks out a little bit, so I'm gonna try to sand it. It's hard, very hard, just like concrete. And I'm gonna take a damp sponge and just okay, it cleans up good. So now I'm gonna put in one of the screws that came with it. I'm gonna finish it up a little bit with a regular Phillips head screwdriver. Leave just as much out as the other one. Okay, so we've got this ready. Let's go ahead and put the 50 pounds up there. Oh, wouldn't even hold 50 pounds. Okay, so it wouldn't hold the original with the wall plug mate. And I can see that it's hard on here, but it actually tore the drywall out from around there. And we did take all the loose drywall off. So now we know that it's wouldn't be bad if it was maybe for half that weight, but I wouldn't trust it to do the 50 pounds. So that's a fail. Okay, so the next one, the BullFix. Now this one is rated at 293 pounds or 133 kilograms. It should hold 100 pounds, but we wanted to see something that's approximately the same size that would fix a stripped out easy anchor. So let's see if it does. Let's go ahead and give it to the test. Let's at least put 100 pounds on it and see how it holds up. Okay, here's 100 pounds. Here's 50 pounds. 50 pounds is no problem. Let's go ahead and put the 15, make it 65. There's 65. No problem. Another 15. Make it 80. 80, no problem. 90. 90, no problem. Let's do the 100. Well, there it is. I mean, that seems to hold up very, very well, and it should have. There it is, 100 pounds, so I can't complain about that, but like I said, it is rated for 293 pounds. I don't have that much weight to put on it. I would never put 293 pounds on a drywall anchor. If you're going to put even 100 pounds, I would put it on a stud, actually in the wood of the stud. I wouldn't depend on a little plug in the drywall anchor, but I'm very pleased with this. So this looks like our winner right here. I will say one thing about this. Just by putting it in a little bit of water for 1 second and then letting it dry. Okay, as far as mess wise and time wise, it wasn't bad. But unfortunately, it didn't hold up. And especially after seeing it fail like that, I could never trust it to hold something else up. This, on the other hand, the BullFix, I was completely surprised. I was really happy with how it was and how it held up. The only downfall of this, you're drilling a hole in the drywall with that bit, so it does make a mess. And you have to also have the piece of wood with the hole drilled in it as a guide so you don't tear up your drywall anymore, like I showed you. Now, I know there's a lot of other products out there, but if you found another product, leave a comment down below. If you found something that holds up well also, maybe we'll do a test on it compared to some of these bigger ones. Maybe we'll do a test and see some of the heavyweights. Maybe we'll push it to 200 pounds and put that on there just to see what happens. But if this test helped you to decide and see what to do if you have a drywall anchor fail, hit the like button and give me a thumbs up. It tells YouTube to show this to more DIYers like you. And also subscribe if you haven't already, so you don't miss any of my other videos coming up. I've got other videos, I'll put links in the description, that might be just the video you need to see to work on the problem that you're working on or the project. So take a look at those. And also, I'll put links in the description to all these products that I've tested today and my Amazon storefront for the best tools and repair solutions for your home, office, workshop, or job site. So I appreciate you guys watching. Share this video with other people if you don't mind. And also, you take care and God bless.